Good evening, everyone. Thank you for coming out tonight. We'll get started and call the meeting to order. At this time, I'd like to call on Reverend Jeff Layton to bring our invocation, our prayer tonight.
Bow with me, we'll pray together. Father, I want to say thank you first and foremost for the day, the time that you give me. I've enjoyed my day. That's an important part. And we've got people in this facility today that are servants of the community, and I'm thankful for that. I want to say as a citizen, I'm glad to be living in a country where people really are doing their due diligence. But I ask, Lord, that as we go further into this meeting, that you would have your will and your way. I'm so thankful we still live in a place where people will do just this. They'll pray before they set out to do business, and how we ever need to do that. As an individual, we need to do that every single morning. There's a reason that you got us up. My life is filled with purpose simply because you got me up, and I'm so thankful that we got people from different places and different experiences who are called to serve. And Lord, how I pray that we as citizens would remember them, that they bear the burden, they have responsibility, and ultimately that responsibility, sure, we voted for them, but that responsibility comes right back to you. We've got to report to you. And how I pray, Lord, that every individual in this building right here would do just that they would approach their business on a personal level, coming to you first, but also in a public arena just like this. I'm so thankful to be living in a place where we will acknowledge you. There's not a single thing that will be said or done in this building this night. Not a single action taken that's not approved by you. Not a single person has the guarantee of walking out of here. They may not wake up tomorrow. We need to take with great brevity the gift of life. And Lord, how that we need to treat each other with love and respect and care. We're made in your image. Lord, how I pray once again for the leadership of our county. I've lived here my whole life. Gladly be living in Haralson County. I'm thankful for the folks who take time out of their busy schedule to deal and to take care of the business, the needs of our good county. How I ask, Lord, that when we come into this place, we have reverence. Not just because it's our meeting place. This is government that you have established. You still rule, you still reign. Lord, we pray that you'd have your will, your way, as we approach it, to do so in reverence. Once again, Lord, I'm thankful for the day that you called me to an offer of repentance. Everybody in this room needs that one thing, that relationship with you. I would be amiss as a pastor not to mention the name of Jesus. Lord, I thank you that we're still living in a place where people respect you, they acknowledge you. And let everything that's said and done in this place be said and done under the understanding that you know exactly the need of every heart, the need of every person, and the intent. Have your will, Father. Have your way. Let everybody be subject to the greater power, and that's you. We just thank you once again for this place. Lord, let everybody leave out of this place loving on each other as we should. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Say pledge, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. I have a motion and a second for the approval of the previous minutes of regular meeting May 6th, work session May 12th, work session May 20th, and the retreat work session on May 27th. Do I have a move?
Make a motion to accept the previous minutes as written.
I have a second.
A second.
All in favor? Raise your right hand. All carry. Do I have an approval for the agenda?
I'd like to add item number 5, if we could, and put it out to public participation, because it would be, item 5 would be executive session meeting concerning personnel.
All right. All righty. All righty. Do I have a approval of the agenda? Do I have a motion?
Make a motion to approve the agenda as amended.
Do I have a
Second.
Second. All in favor? Raise your hand. All carry. All righty. Public participation on participation on agenda items.
There's none on that.
None? All right. All righty. We will start with item number 1 is a public hearing rezoning request for Haralson County Tax Map 0068-0009 located at 522 Buncombe Waco Road. Present zoning is A1. Proposed zoning is to C-GB for an auto repair shop. By asking this by Daniel Corbett.
I make a motion, we approve the rezoning.
No, it ain't no
Wait,
zoning.
wait.
It's a public hearing.
Okay, sorry. Let me get off the horse.
All right,
Hello, I'm Daniel.
hello, Daniel.
Would you tell us about what you want to do with the property?
Just an auto repair shop.
Light cars, what are heavy?
F-250s to F-550s, like service trucks and,
Is this, with this garage, is it back off the roads, it close to the front of the roads, it visible from the road?
it's off the road. Probably 1,000 feet.
1,000 feet, okay. And you live there on the property as well?
Correct.
I'm familiar with the property. There's no immediate housing right next to him. He's off way back.
All right, thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Ms. Cruz, you have anything else? All right. This will be voted on at our next,
You have to open the floor for if anyone
yeah.
wants to speak for or against.
it will be voted on our next meeting. Is there any one here that would like to speak for or against this zoning? All right. Thank you for coming out tonight.
Thank you.
All righty. The next item for business will be item number 2, owner representation agreement for government complex project. This would be us asking Mr. Goodhead to be a representative for us.
Yes, is this microphone on?
I don't think none of them's on.
Everybody hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Commissioner Tarpley and the chairman and I and the other county attorney, Avery Jackson, Ms. Allison, we all met with Mr. Goodhead. He is an owner's representative for several small counties, Floyd County, Carroll County. He's currently working, I believe, with the state of Georgia's building authority. He's basically a go-between for the architect and the owner that helps make sure that the project stays on schedule, that it's everything that we need it to be, and he's actually already begun work communicating with the architect for the government complex. He lives right on the Haralson County, Paulding County line, so he's a local boy. He knows our area and he knows our needs, so that's just up for you guys to vote and approve.
All right. Do I have any other questions for the attorney? All right.
Make a motion to accept Mr. Goodhead as owner's representation for the government complex.
Do I have a second?
I'll second that motion.
All in favor, raise your right hand. Motion carries. Okay, item number 3 is Haralson County and the Haralson County Development Authority intergovernmental agreement, reference to approximately 600 acres or more or less and being located in land lots 41, 42, 51, and 52 of the 8th Land District and the 5th section of Haralson County, Georgia. I will let our attorney talk about this.
As the commissioner said, this is an opportunity for us to sell about 600 acres to the Development Authority for them to then sell to an interested buyer. You may know a portion of this property is the former landfill property. Actually, Miss Allison has a map. Do you mind passing that so that everyone can sort of see the tract? Are there any questions that you think? So what this motion would be, it would be a motion to approve the chairman to negotiate and then execute the agreement. There's still some items that need to be finalized in the agreement, so he would be doing that with the county attorney's assistance.
It may not be clear, it's not clear to me exactly, do you see, Danny, what 600 acres, what line configuration they're looking at?
Yeah, this is,
Probably all that in red.
yeah, this is down here at the Exxon.
Okay, all this is
Here's
in red.
I-20, so it's,
Okay, in the red part. Okay,
It's that south side, David, of the property.
okay.
it's the south side behind the Exxon beside it.
And then it'll run up, but it doesn't quite go to the transmission line.
Yeah, yeah.
It goes to the Colonial Pipeline. Goes to Colonial Pipeline on the south side.
Okay.
Now, this upper section right here, I guess that red extended, does that go to the power lines? See where this upper section goes up?
Let me look at it.
I think that's where the transmission lines,
so-
yeah, okay. So that's where they'll,
your 41 is,
Okay.
right here, there's another lot right here, and that's where your transmission line
Gotcha.
goes through.
okay.
But does this 41 section also include the 225 additional acres that was part of the Newman property?
Yes, that is just not showing up on the assessor's site quite yet. It's kind of blank.
So it's not part of the 600?
That is the part that they're interested in. And we will do a more in-depth survey. We'll have to split that because it is such a large piece. So you'll get a more in-depth survey. This just gives us an estimate of kind of the area that they're looking at.
But it does include that
It is
piece
my
of land?
understanding, yes, sir.
Okay. So that's for everything pretty much south of Colonial Pipeline?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Except for that top piece.
Still leaves us
Yeah.
the 400 or so of that rail serve site
Gets
to
you into the
market.
swamp.
That's right. And gets it up closer to that power.
And another 600 or so acres of green space or whatever.
Yes, sir, in the middle that we.
Yeah.
At one time, the 40, or was it 25 acres out there on Highway 100, close of this property, 25?
I'm not familiar with, I was not
At one
involved in the
time, there
initial-
was, it touched, and it was wondering that property be necessary to ever put infrastructure in to get to the, north side. You following what I'm saying, Tom? 40-something
Yeah,
acres,
40-something.
okay.
I think the triangle
Yes,
that borders, it could have separate use for itself,
it could.
but because of the topo, as you know, the swamp, I don't think that corner, I don't think there's any
Ever any
passage.
need
I
to-
don't think, from what
okay.
we've looked at and from what the engineers have looked at.
Okay.
Now, is this bottom section, the entire bottom section? Are there gonna be anything left on the bottom?
No, they would take. all
Everything that we have, okay.
And then we'll just kind of avert
Yeah.
our focus to the
Yeah.
north side of the
Yep.
rail.
That's the Hubble tunnel.
That's the Newmans. Think so? Okay.
That's why
I'm thinking it might be here. Right there where your thumb was.
So, I think, so it was quick, right?
Part of it.
Ends at the, no, I think that,
That's it.
that's the line.
Okay. Okay,
I don't think it is.
all right, well, thank you.
To the north side.
Just what we were discussing for y'all's benefit, I don't think the 225 acres purchased from Mr. Newman
Yes, part of,
part of it. I think it's the southern line of the original Doc King property, and it comes straight across the bottom, the horizontal
Yeah.
southern line, and it cuts off the original, but it does include the 200-plus acre Hubble timber piece that
Yes.
is on the
And that's the
borders
piece.
the
Yes.
I-20 corridor.
Yes.
okay. We had discussed pricing. Will it come before this board if pricing changes?
Pricing has not changed.
But should it?
Oh, absolutely, it would,
It'll
and I
come
think
back
it's
bef-
listed in the intergovernmental agreement. Any changes like that would be brought back to the board. We're a team, we're gonna do this together, not separate, so.
And in, section 5 of the agreement, it's talking about a 50-year agreement. So this project comes on board and 40 years from now it goes away. Does the Development Authority still control that property for the next 10 years, or
Question, I think.
or does it come back to who? What happens if the project doesn't happen? Do y'all,
Question.
it all has to happen for y'all to have this 50-year agreement.
Correct, so what this is the kind of a formal adoption, right? This is the next step. So if we don't make it to closing, then this is all null and void.
Everything
So,
goes away.
yeah, we're just trying to get to the next step to closing, and in order to do that, I have to have, or the authority has to have the authority to begin to do the things that need to be done to get us to closing. So if we never make it to closing, then really, there's,
A lot of
it
this
goes back
will
to
go
as
away.
is.
Okay, all right.
That way it don't have to come back to us.
It provides that the closings will be simultaneous,
Yes.
Yeah.
so that if their closing doesn't take place, then our closing with them doesn't ever take place. They
Okay,
happen at the same time.
okay, all right. Thank you.
Sounds good.
Any other questions? Okay.
I'll make a motion. We need to vote on this, don't we?
Yes.
I need to make a motion to, transfer this 600 acres over to the Haralson County Development Authority.
And if we could, we'd like to add some additional language into your motion, which is that the board would be authorizing the chairman to fill in the blanks essentially in consultation with the county attorney.
Okay.
But the motion, Mr. Ellsbury made was to transfer the property. We're not transferring the property.
We're approving the agreement.
We're approving the agreement. We're not transferring anything until the day comes.
Correct.
Okay, so you might want to change your motion.
Just change it.
Okay. I make a motion that we, accept the intergovernmental agreement, which allows the chairman and the development authority to, move forward with the purchase of the 600 acres of land.
All right.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Any other discussion? I just want to let the board know that any of this that transpires before, y'all will have copies of it throughout the whole time, but, and if there's any, through this filling in the blank, y'all will know it before anything proceeds on, just so everybody, like Tara said, we're all a team player in this, and this is something good for the county. So it's looking forward. This is really good for the county in the future of a lot of good things will happen with this property.
I'd just like to commend the board, previous board, for having the audacity to go ahead and purchase this land, because it is gonna be very beneficial to this county one of these days, so.
All right.
We got a motion and a
Got a
second.
motion and a second. All in favor, raise your right hand. Motion carries.
Thank you.
All right, the item number 4 is the intergovernmental agreement for collection of maintenance and dispersal of probate court technology fees. Do I have a motion?
Now, is this the intergovernmental agreement that we discussed about the 10%, or? No.
No, this
What
is-
is this?
This is a technology fee that'll go on each eligible citation through the probate court. And so this agreement's between the probate court, the sheriff's office, and the county.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Okay.
They automatically collect that 15%.
Dollars. It's gonna be-
Dollar,
yeah.
and how is that dollar, how many ways is that dollar split up?
So the dollars are gonna come into a technology fund that the
Fund, okay.
county is gonna administer. And then should either the probate court or the sheriff's office need to take anything from that, they're gonna need to submit an order
Okay,
or a request to the probate court.
okay,
And that's how you'll ensure that it's spent on the approved items.
Okay.
thank you.
I make a motion to accept the intergovernmental agreement, maintenance and dispersal of probate court technology fee.
I have a second.
Second.
All in favor, show right hand. Motion carries. All right. Public participation. Chairman.
I'd like to say something for the public participation on non-agenda items. Over the course of the last couple of weeks, there's been a lot said, a lot misunderstood, a lot of people hearing different things. One thing that I said last week on Granite Communications and talking about the fire department and the direction that I was given by the board at that time to move forward and ask the Bremen city manager about that possibility. However, on Friday of last week, Chairman Walker had a conversation with Granite Communications saying that I was not authorized to have had that conversation. And so then it kind of gets into he said. And so who do you believe? Well, we approved the minutes tonight. And we all approved those minutes. And I only brought 30 copies with me, but we can make more if anybody cares for it. But this is the minutes of that meeting in regards to the fire department on that given day. And these minutes were compiled from a recording that was there for us to talk. So there's no misunderstanding of what was said. And I want to clear my thoughts of you may have for or against me on me stepping out and saying something that no, I did not. I was asked, I only asked you to take this, read it, you make your own decisions. But that's what I'm asking of you. And because of these actions and further misconstrued stories, I was given a list of questions that would normally be asked of this board during non-agenda items. These people are not here to ask personally tonight because they are fearful of the reprimands that may be taken against them. If they were to stand at that podium and ask. So I don't know who these questions came from. but I feel like they are citizens of this county, and if they felt like they could talk tonight, they would be standing up there and doing so. So I think we need to provide a voice for them. And with the board's approval, I would like to ask that our attorney, David Mecklin, read these questions to the board as if that person was standing there asking us. And we take it on the chin and see what comes out.
Got no problem with it.
Do you have, sir?
I don't have a problem with it.
You have? I do not. Okay. Mr. Mecklin, would you care to look over these and ask us, the board, please?
I haven't seen this at all before, so I'm just gonna read it out as what you've got here in front of me. If I see something that I don't think ought to be read in public, I'm not gonna read it.
That'd be fine, sir.
Thank you. All right, number one, an intensive investigation was done on the injury of a firefighter. Multiple fire command staff were disciplined with terminations. The question is, how many of the commissioners actually read the report? This is an aside here, I'm going to keep reading it, but normally you would not respond to somebody who's standing here speaking. So although these are formed as a question, I don't know that it's be appropriate for you to respond to them. But they're being asked and they're information that's coming out. Number two, this is for the county attorney. With the understanding a county commission chair has the authority to hire and fire personnel, but to reinstate people, it requires either an ordinance, regulation, or a provision. What are the county procedures for reinstatement? Number three, why is it that a tax-paid investigation has been conducted or has been concluded that it has been placed with a security lock and is not available for Open Records Act yet? Number four, is it a conflict of interest for a member of the commissioners or commission chair not to recuse themselves from making a decision when dealing with a family member or personal friendship? Number five, is it appropriate for the county commission chair to contact or have family contact members of the fire department to ask them not to come or speak tonight? Number six, is it an accepted county policy for the county commission chair to use a quid pro quo in the form of bribery to the new fire chief? In parentheses, step down to battalion with the same pay or be fired. Number seven, is it a common practice to stop investigations and discipline action against a lieutenant because he is on a promotion list? Number eight, is it common practice to end internal investigations at a deputy chief level without informing the fire chief of the results? Number nine, is it a requirement for water rescue to be done by qualified personnel, or are officers omitted from that requirement? Number 10, how many training mannequins does Haralson County Fire Department have? Parentheses, including hose mannequins. Number 11, why wasn't the shift's battalion chief on the scene of the company level training exercise that injured a firefighter? Number 12, do all officers have an NPQ level instructor certificate? Number 13, what is the expected work schedule of a deputy chief during a normal work week? Is it appropriate to go to an on-call status and tend cattle or cut hay during Monday through Friday, 9 to 5? Number 14, is it the deputy chief's job to assign or disseminate job responsibilities and discipline to a lieutenant, or is it the battalion chief's job? Number 15, why was there no disciplinary action or accountability on C shifts, lieutenants, or the battalion chief for preventable injuries sustained upon their shift? Number 16, are lieutenants omitted from the same standard required of firefighters when damage to equipment occurs? Number 17, and this number 17 has an X mark by it. I don't know if that means don't read it or not, but I'm going to read it because it's on here. Number 17, the new insurance is the worst in the history of this county as far as expense to the policyholder. Can you confirm or deny the rumor of the agent that sold the county the policies being directly related to the county commission chair? Number 18, the same lieutenant and battalion chief have injured or failed to stop preventable injuries to the only legal alien at this department, not once but twice. Once during the training and second during a hazardous materials scene. This appears to be in direct violation of Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964. Does the Haralson County Fire Department exercise any form of racism? Number 19, why is nepotism in the Haralson County Fire Department okay for a father and son, uncle and nephew, cousins, brothers-in-laws, but not for husbands and wives? Number 20, how many stations are shut down today at Haralson County Fire Department under C shift? 21, how many stations are shut down under C shift versus the other shifts? 22, why are firefighters not willing to work under C shift's command staff? Number 23, why were the former fire chiefs allowed to run their respective department and the new fire chief, Corey Myrick, parenthesis, who is well respected by the department, is not free to do the same without micromanagement and direct disciplinary actions from the former fire chief and county chair? Number 24, what is the difference between company-level training and department-level training, and who is responsible for company level and who is responsible for department level? That is the 24 questions.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it, and we did not address those questions, but there was a couple of questions toward the end, and I would like to ask because I think it concerns each and every one of you. I was not aware. Those questions, are they referring that we still have down stations at this, unmanned stations at this time? I knew we did earlier in the week. Are we still having issues with manning all of our stations?
I was told today that we did have stations shut, or stations unmanned.
Stations unmanned. Well, I'm sorry for, yes.
So if there's stations unmanned,
Could
You
you
have to
come,
come up here, Jay.
so we understand now that. Jay Smith, 2396 Hilltop Drive. So what we're saying is now C shift, which is, I assume, third shift, we are not covering the whole county in fire protection? Is that the question? Is the fire chief here?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
We are currently understaffed.
Chief Mayor, you'd have to come to the mic.
So we are currently understaffed today. We have one station that's been shut down. We had a person go get their license in their hand today, and that station is actively being manned. But part of the day, yes, there was a station shut down due to lack of staff.
You think tomorrow then will be a better day? Hopefully.
Yeah.
Thanks, sir.
Well, has this been a reoccurring occurrence in the past couple of weeks?
I know, I think for the most part, there might have been a couple-hour block that one of them was unmanned.
Yeah,
due to lack of staff.
I'm just a citizen, and just want to make sure that, the whole county is covered in
Yes, sir.
fire protection.
Yes.
Now, is there any truth, and this is Facebook, is there any truth to the thing that people actually called in sick? Did you have sick, call in sick?
Jay, that, really everything has to be directed to us, and it wouldn't be appropriate,
Yeah, you're exactly right, David.
wouldn't be appropriate for
I'll
me.
withdraw that question. I'm
But
sorry.
I can promise you, I am the fire chief, and my main goal is to serve the citizens the best way we can.
I understand that.
And we do everything we can to keep everything staffed. We don't, it's not a regular occurrence, and we try to avoid that at all
All right.
costs.
So if you're understaffed, do you call for assistance with Carroll County and others, just in case?
We do have mutual aid agreements with them, yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'd like to ask the county attorney to take them questions. The questions that's been asked tonight, I would like to ask y'all to take these questions and match them up to our policies and procedures, whether if it's the county employee handbook, and we will get answers to each and every one of them.
We can do that, Mr.
And,
Chairman.
to be very transparent. And there will be answers, so,
Yeah, we'll take that and run with it as quickly as we possibly can.
thank you. All righty. Yes, sir.
And we do have someone signed up.
Kenny Cawthon, I'm from Balkum. Just a question. If we're having issues with manning the stations, all right, hose man, or I don't know anything about the firefighter guys, but why can't some of the officers that are off or on call, why can't they be pulled in to man them stations? Just a thought. The officers can come in, they're supposed to know what's going on. They can hop in a truck just as good as anybody else. Why don't they come in and go to work? Just saying.
Chief Meyer?
Chief
All right.
Mark, can I ask you a question? How many of you officers can actually fight a fire?
Chief,
Well,
could
just,
you come up here, please?
just start at the top and kind of work your way down and just kind of figure out how many of them can actually fight a fire and how many of them can't.
Myself as chief, I can. I don't think our deputy chief could fight fire. Our training chief can. And that's pretty much, I mean, your battalion chiefs and your lieutenants all can. They're all considered officers. They can all fight fire as well.
So just one out of the top several?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Just a question, I was just curious.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Chief. All right, public participation.
Zach Oder.
This is nerve-wracking. My name is Zach Oder, or Bridgers. I'm going through a name change right now. And I'm a firefighter with Haralson County Fire. I come before you today to raise some serious concerns regarding the continued employment of Lieutenant Harold Lee Ray within our department. To my knowledge, Lieutenant Ray remains employed despite multiple incidents over the past year involving personal injuries directly linked to his decisions and conduct, both on emergency scenes and during training exercises. These incidents have resulted in at least 3 individuals being put out of work and several others being require hospitalization. I'm currently one of the guys that he has hurt. On the day of the incident, I was instructed without the opportunity to refuse to participate in a scenario that I did not feel safe with. Despite expressing my concerns multiple times while positioned on top of the train car, these concerns were dismissed and ignored by Lieutenant Ray. I followed the directive out of fear, retaliation, and intimidation, which unfortunately led to this injury. His tempered disregard for safety input and overbearing presence creates a hostile and unsafe work environment. What troubles me further is the apparent breakdown in accountability within the department leadership structure. After Lieutenant Ray was initially terminated, he was reinstated within 2 days. The reinstatement raises serious questions about the standards of our safety and influence of personal relationships within the department decision-making. As a member of the department, I no longer feel safe returning to work under Lieutenant Ray. He is not my direct lieutenant. I do not feel safe. I'd feel bad for the people of Haralson County that are under him. His actions, combined with lack of effective corrective measures, have eroded the trust and security that are essential in emergency services. I respectfully urge the Commission to investigate these matters thoroughly and ensure that all personnel are held to the highest standard of professionalism and accountability, regardless of rank or connections. Our safety and the safety of those we serve depend on it. And that is it.
Yep.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
I'd like to direct this to the chief. Chief, how do you get to the top if you don't know how to fight and fire? How do you become an officer?
I'm wondering that too.
What are you referencing that to?
His remarks he just made here.
When Eddie asked, like, how many fire officers can fight fires, man, I would figured every one of them.
This,
Mr. Chairman,
Your questions
not a
have to be
town hall.
directed to the board.
Yes.
No, okay.
Yeah, you're not supposed to
Okay,
be
go
asking
ahead.
questions
I'm
now.
addressing
Yeah.
the chair. Yeah, you understand what I'm asking, right?
Yep, would,
Okay? I mean, I'm just wondering, I mean, to become a, you just can't walk in off the street and become the higher officer rank without knowing what you're ranking about, I don't think.
okay.
No answer? I don't know.
Thank you.
thank you.
Because I broke my back fighting fire 10 years ago in Haralson County. I can no longer fight fire. I hurt my back, my health to this county. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions for me?
No. Mr. Poole?
I apologize for not signing up, but I just had to say something. Board, please forgive me if I'm out of line. I don't mean to be. But let me just say to the public, you guys had the opportunity and you supported me for 4 times as your chairman. And so I want you to listen to what I got to say. You got a First Amendment right that gives you the right to speak anytime that you want to. Nobody can take that away from you, number one. Number two, you've got some manning issues that's been around since I've been here for the last 14 years. Now I've been with the state for 7 years. These guys got a hard job to do, but in order for them to fill some of the needs that you all have, they got to reach in your pocketbook. We're a small rural county. Everybody's been arguing about taxes for 50 years. That's our responsibility to give these guys what they need so that they can give the fire department what they need. And it's not only the fire department, it's the sheriff department and any other department. But I want to say this. A lot of these questions that they're asking, they're not for public information. They're for that board to address with the chief. All these questions are issues that your chief need to address, and they wouldn't be coming here tonight taking up all your time. They can be answered. They just recommended the county attorney to get with the chief and look at the personnel handbook. But the other thing, and I'll get off my soapbox, if you got issues with each other, and I had issues with people that sat on my boards before, but you don't have to do it in an adversarial way. You need to get behind closed doors. You need to work your differences out behind closed doors, and don't beat each other up because we all fighting for the same thing. We swimming upstream because we don't have enough taxes. But when we get things and bring them out in the public, it breeds dissension and it puts people against each other. That's not what we're here for. You got some on this side, some on that side. So please respect the law and the order and respect your board. You elected every one of these people up here. They got a hard job to do. But most of your controversy tonight, what I'm hearing, should be addressed at least by the chair. Not the chair, but the chief. So just keep that in mind, and I appreciate the opportunity. This is only my second time in 7 years, but thank them for the hard job that they do each and every day. And help your fire chief do his job. Thanks.
Come on up, Mr. Martin.
Most people know who I am. I'm Corey's dad, Chief Myrick. I sat here while the board voted him in as a chief, and I agree with this man just said. Well, he shouldn't be micromanaging managed if y'all got this much to do. I mean, if you got enough time that you can micromanage one of your leaders, that's where you have problems. I mean, my son been in this department for over 20-something years. Walker, did you not train him well?
I did.
Then there shouldn't be no micromanaging this. That's all I got to say.
Thank you. Okay. Item number 5 is executive session. We'll move to the executive session, and you're more than welcome to stay. Not sure how long the executive session will last, but you're more than welcome to stay till we get reconvened. Do I have a motion? Go into
Make a motion that we move into executive session to discuss personnel.
A second.
All in favor? I raise the right hand.